It's 3 o'clock. Call this. I need you to get in here because I need you to say prayer.
Come on, Counselor Crittenden, you can handle it.
Pray.
Yes.
Okay. Yep, go.
Father, we're coming to you again, and I just want to thank you for another day of life, Father. All the blessings. I thank you. We sometimes think we're too busy to say thank you, but all good things come from you, Father, and go with us now as we do the business of Cherokee Nation. Be with our hearts and our minds and our tongues, Father, and we'll be sure to give you all the praise and glory. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Shelley, could I get a roll call?
Yes, ma'am. Denise Taylor.
Here.
Keith Austin.
Here.
Bill England.
Here.
Jack Baker.
Here.
Harvey Buzzard.
Here.
Bill Burrs.
On it.
Sean Crittenden.
Honey.
Don Gordon. Frankie Hargis.
Present.
Wanda Hatfield. Rex Jordan.
Here.
Dick Lay.
Here.
Curtis Snell. David Thornton. Victoria Vesquez. David Walkenstick. Brian Warner.
Honey.
And Joe LaFleur.
Okay, you received the minutes of the January 28th meeting in your packet.
Motion to be approved.
Have a motion and a second to approve the January 28 minutes. All those in favor? Aye. Any opposition? Brings us to committee reports, and I saw Sean Slayton here.
Good afternoon. Reporting on December financially. It was a very good month. We finished favorable to budget. Had a good New Year's and started off January right. I'll be happy to report next month on January's numbers, which were exceptionally good. I found out today. So, second quarter of our fiscal year is kicked off very good business-wise, and we look forward to that continuing in February and March. Then, as everybody knows, the price of oil's up and down, hovering around 30, and a lot of the energy companies are laying people off, and we don't know, how that's going to trickle down to us, but we've got an eye on that, trying to contain costs in anticipation of maybe a slowdown in the third and fourth quarter of this year, but we hope not. Project-wise, we're gearing up to get growth going, doing the basics on that. We've all along been planning with the architects and things, so we'll be clearing that project, getting ready to come out of the ground as quickly as we can. Roland finished most of that up. I think they were, Flintco was coming off the property this week. The parking lots are basically done, and things looking good. And I think for a new type of venture down there, the employees are doing a fantastic job, and we look forward to good things from there. We did have a hiccup over the weekend. We had a sewer back up, and that caused some problems for a little while, but back in business. Up at Ramona, we had a water line issue there for a while, and just some things like that. Understand we're turning over the Jade Clinic. They're going to begin to move in about mid-March, so we'll be happy to wrap that one up. And with that, I'll conclude. I'll be happy to answer any questions that there might be.
Anybody, Councilor Buzzard?
Just a quick question. Grove property over there, what are we going to do with the sewage over there? Is it going to be lagoon, or have you figured it out yet?
We haven't figured it out yet. We're working with DEQ on that, and probably where we'll end up is with the lagoon, but we are in some discussion with other folks about a sewer. So I can't say right now. We don't really have all the facts on that end,
Okay.
but that will be addressed in the short term here.
All right. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Okay. Any other questions or comments for Sean?
Sean, have we finalized
our agreements with our businesses, our restaurants, so forth. They're on our plaza here in Tahlequah.
Some of them we have, not all.
Okay.
And, you can see Buffalo Wild Wings coming out of the ground. Dirt work there started. Stuteville Ford, I believe, will be in the, near term. And there's one more that we're ready to sign, and it's this close, and we're going back and forth on that one. And several good prospects.
Okay.
Not at liberty to disclose those yet.
That's a vague question. I want to ask a vague question. On a plaza such as that, nice resort, like we have our others, why would we entertain putting a fast foods franchise on a facility such as that? You can give me a vague answer.
Well, I think there's two parts to the development. One is kind of the retail side, and one is the hospitality gaming side, and I think it's a convenience. It's also needed on this end of town.
Okay.
You have to fight, either go all the way over to the hospital area or fight through the downtown traffic at noon. And the growth for Tahlequah in a lot of ways is back this direction. So
Okay.
we feel like it's a win-win for us and the town and folks on this end of town.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Madam Chair.
You're welcome. Anybody else have any questions or comments for Sean?
Bassmaster,
Sir?
are we part of that this go around?
Yes. Glad you brought
Sorry.
that up. That's first week of March. And it'll be up on Grand Lake again. We're not the presenting sponsor, but we're kind of the local presenting sponsor. And it was great to us last time, and we anticipate the same thing. Hope the weather's a little better.
Okay.
That starts first weekend of March.
Okay.
Some of them do, but we like to put players in there.
All right, if there's no further questions or comments for Sean, we'll let him get back to work.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next up is going to be Jamie Cole reporting from our treasurer's office.
Good afternoon, Tribal Council. I believe you have our finance report. Be happy to try to answer any questions you might have.
Does anybody have anything? He's made this long trek down here.
I'll ask one.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Third-party billing, are we on track?
It's my understanding we're heading in that direction, sir.
Okay, with the new system, we're, okay,
We're heading in that direction, yes, sir.
okay. And probably we'll get close to getting back to where we were, what would you say, 60 days?
If I remember right, I believe it was reported yesterday that maybe in the next month or so, they would be back to about target.
Okay, good. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Okay. Thank you for being here, Jamie. So next up is Diane Kelly.
Is she here?
She's walking in right now.
Oh, there she is.
She had to line the AG out before she could come report to us, so to get Todd, you had to line Todd out before you could come report to us, so.
Yeah, I did. He had to line me out.
Okay.
Let's see. Okay. I just wanted to say, you guys got to meet Johnny Arp this morning. We have been working with Johnny Arp and Charlotte Howe, NJ, on their industrial park for several months. They are very good to work with. Johnny is he's a breath of fresh air in terms of working with us, and he allows us to use his office up there at the bank, which is a really nice office, and I think Harley would agree with that. Anytime we need to use an office to work on applications with any of those businesses up there, he's graciously allowed us to do it. He's even said that he would put stuff on his marquees at his other banks to announce job fairs and things that we were doing. So he helped us out in Siloam Springs today with our job fair, and he put it on his marquee over there so that people knew that we had a job fair going on. And I would like to say, Bruce said he went by there and he said it looked really good. He said there was a lot of people coming in, so we're hoping that we get a lot of people jobs. That's what our team's all about, working with Vivian and Bob Thomas and that group. The business that we are working with in Jay is a tank company. It's a water tank company. They will have a groundbreaking ceremony next Wednesday in Jay. And you guys are all invited to come up. Chief will be up there, Mr. Buzzard, Mr. Snell. It's something that if you look back over that industrial park, they didn't have any infrastructure in that industrial park. They had the land and they had an industrial park, but it didn't have infrastructure. And Anna Nye is a very good grant writer, and she knows USDA regulations very well. And Anna is working on a grant that would actually help get that sewer into the industrial park so that they can make the loop back around to our food distribution site. And that would allow other businesses to come into the park. And she feels very confident that we can get it. And I have to commend her on that. And I also have to commend Chief. Harley and I met with Chief to get some of the match dollars. And of course, Chief and Sean had to collaborate on that. And because we got the match dollars, we can use that as leverage on this grant. And if there's one area that has been sitting for a long period of time without any industry, but one small industry there, it's been Jay, Oklahoma. And we do have a lot of tribal members up in that area, so this is going to benefit them so much. And even the casino that's going in Grove is going to help also with the economy and economic development. And we're very fortunate to be able to be there at the table to assist with the recruitment and the referrals for the jobs. And we met with Mr. Roberts and Mr. Ferris last week, and they assured us that we will be there in the front working on the referrals. So we're very pleased about that. Jeff said to start doing this, and he said if you have to announce it February, March, April, May, all the way up till the time we start summer youth, he said drive it home and let them know, because he said you know what's going to happen. Mama, Daddy, Grandma, Aunt, they're going to be calling and saying, well, my little sweetheart didn't get on summer youth program. But the reason we do this is because you need to know what we're doing and how we're going to go about it. Last year, we had an overwhelming amount of students that came out from the Veneta area, Rogers area, and even up in Dix area. So I'm telling you that we are trying to get more people involved in coming out and applying for the summer youth program in those areas. For many, many years, it was about 4 or 5 counties, and we just got maybe 1 or 2 from the northern area. I know that some of you all took some of our flyers around. I know Victoria did last year, and we appreciate that. And I know Jack, you and Wanda are at large, but I know that you probably still have constituents who have people who live in those 14 counties that could take advantage of this. We hope that you will help pass the word. Right now, we are probably going to have around 520 slots for summer youth, and it'll run about 6 weeks. It'll start in June and go into July. And then we'll also have a summer youth leadership intern program that George Roach will coordinate. He'll start hitting the schools. We're going to kick the summer youth program off February the 22nd, and it'll run up through April the 22nd. And at that time, we're going to look at all the applications that come in, and we're not going to let a certain counselor come in and say, oh, I've got all my applications, Jeff, approve them, and then he approves them, and guess what? They take all the slots. We are not going to do that. We're going to cut it off on that date. We're going to look and see how many we got from Jay, how many we got from Stillwell, how many we got from Tahlequah, how many we got from Muskogee, and all those different areas. And then we're going to allocate those in line with the percentages. The other thing that we're looking at is a DOL grant that I told you about yesterday. It's a component of a disadvantaged summer youth program. If Department of Labor says that we're not eligible, we have already got the state partners for Northeast and Eastern that says they'll partner with us. And what we'll do is we'll write the grant, and then we'll partner with them. They would actually have to administer it if we get it funded, but we're going to get some of the slots for writing it, and that will supplement the numbers that we have. So we are trying to bring in extra dollars so that we're not on your doorstep saying add more money to the summer youth program. So we're trying to go about it in a different angle so that you can put other resources in other areas. But I'm just letting you know right now, it's 520 slots, 520 slots. So if you come back and say, well, I only got 20 down in Sequoia County, or I only got 40, well, then we're gonna base it on the number of applicants that come in from those areas.
That's fair
So
enough.
if the majority of them come in from Cherokee County, there'll be more slots in Cherokee County. If the majority come in from Veneta, which I doubt, but it could happen, because old Lori Lambert, she came in last year with over 120, they're gonna get the slots, because it's gonna depend on how many people come in that time frame. There's some things that we're gonna do, and I'm doing them because of this grant that we're going after. We're gonna do some summer youth resource fairs in about 4 different locations, 2 up north, 2 down south, and we're gonna do them in the late afternoon into the evening to allow parents to come in so that they can look at other resources that are out there. And we're gonna invite Ron Etheridge and them to come in with higher education, because if you've got some students that are coming in for summer youth that are 18 that have already graduated, those are the ones that we need to be steering into the higher education area, or they need to be looking at vocational training. So we'll have some displays set up for them so that we can encourage them to apply for those areas rather than coming in and taking the summer youth slots. So that's what we've got planned. It's a lot of work, but that's what we're all about. Y'all have any questions?
Counselor Warner?
Yes, ma'am. All right. How many slots did we have last year?
How many slots did we have last year?
Yeah, for
620?
How many?
620.
620. Okay. And how many, so if we get this grant, we may be able to get some of those slots? How
That's
many
correct.
do you think we can get?
Don't know.
Don't know.
Don't know. We don't even know if we're gonna get it funded.
Get a shot.
But I'm letting you know what we're gonna do.
Now, I've got a community meeting, March 21st. I know you know.
And we're gonna be there.
Sure that they bring all that, because I'm going to advertise.
Okay, we've got flyers already out there on summer youth. We've got flyers on the intern program.
Okay.
And I will make sure that Jeff gets those over to Gail so that she can forward those to you all by email. You're welcome to make copies. If you don't have the resources to make the copies, let us know. We'll make them for you.
Okay.
Questions?
Are you done? You
Councilor
good,
Warner?
Counselor
I'm
Warner?
good, thank you.
Okay, Wanda?
So last, we, just because of a budget cut, we were unable to accommodate the 600, what did you say, 600? What was the reason?
We get dollars from the United States Department of Labor that's passed through to the Department of Interior,
Right.
and it's in our 102477, and the federal government cut those slots this past year. We didn't cut them.
Okay.
The tribal dollars, we go in and compete for those. When you all approved our budget, you saw what we were getting. So when you approved that budget, you knew exactly how many we were getting, and so we add that to what we have on the federal end of it.
Thank you.
Counselor Buzzard?
I just want to thank Diane for all the work that she's helped with there in Jay and Delaware County. When this plant gets fully operational, hopefully it'll do about 120 jobs up there. That's a big boost for this little town of Jay. And they're gonna be jobs that's probably gonna pay between $12 and $18 an hour. There'll be a lot of welders in there, so that'll be a big benefit. I just hope that we can get everybody from that part of the area to apply, what I'm hoping so. Anyway, I wanna thank you, Diane, for coming to all those meetings that we've had, so without your help, I don't know what I'd be doing.
Well, that's our job, to be out there, and that's what the staff's job is, to be at your community meetings. And if you're having meetings and you want any of our staff or any information out there, we're more than willing to do that, because that's just part of the scope of work that they're supposed to be performing, as out there doing outreach services.
I certainly thank you.
Anything else for Diane? I
Can
just
I-
want to comment that I've enjoyed the actual, I would call them human interest stories, but putting a face with an actual, success story, I have enjoyed seeing those each month, and I appreciate you doing that.
Thank you. I just want to say one thing. I was sitting back there listening in rules, and you all were in discussion about, board seats. I have been on Eastern's board seat for workforce for many years, and I've been on a lot of the COGS for economic development. And I was sitting back there and I was thinking about the boards. If you really look at what was said here, the governor has these boards. All the people that are on those boards are from Oklahoma City and Tulsa. She doesn't have anybody from these rural outlining areas. And it's because those are the people that she runs with and knows very well. And when you look at our Eastern Workforce Board, it's comprised of mostly people from Muskogee. Even though there's 7 counties, the majority of the people that are on there are from Muskogee. When you look at the one that I just came back from in Pryor last week, which is up in the northern area, most all those people are from that one little area. There was people from Miami and up in the Veneta area, and they said, well, why can't we have some of the meetings up here? Well, the majority of the board sits around Pryor and over in Claremore. So whenever you get everybody in there and they're voting, well, they want those board meetings in their area. They don't want to go to Miami. They don't want to go to Bartlesville. And I said, what about Kansas? They said, Kansas? And I said, you all don't realize it. I live in Stillwell, and I'm driving all the way up here for your meetings. They didn't listen to me. They didn't listen to me. But anyway, I just wanted to point that out because it happens every place else. So there you are.
Summer youth.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Diane.
Thank you all for your support and help.
All right, Anna. Tell us something good.
You should have a copy of my report. I would just like to highlight that we had the USDA set planning in Stillwell for Cherokee, Adair, Sequoia, and Delaware counties, and we had 94 people show up, and that really is a good turnout. And quite frankly, even as long as I've been involved in regional and community planning, it was a different group of people than what I'm accustomed to seeing. So that's really good. Over the next 6 months or so, there'll be about 5 more meetings to finish up that plan. So that's exciting. We also purchased a new tool for our business coaches, which hopefully will structure a business coaching plan for each one of our loan clients and our just our business clients in general. So we're really looking forward to implementing that. We're also working on the youth entrepreneur competitions in partnership with Taro. They fund the prize money for us, and so we work with them on that, and we'll be holding one again this spring in Tahlequah, and we're going to give Claremore another try. And then the last thing I just wanted to point out is that we're really doing well with our loans. We're almost to $750,000 just at the middle of February. Actually, this would have been the end of January. And for the first time, we have at least one loan in every one of the counties, including McIntosh County. We just approved a loan in Wagner County. So Stephen Hires and Brian Wagner are doing a great job in outreaching in all the communities. So other than that, if you have any questions, I'm happy to try to answer them.
I did have one question, and now I'm having difficulty finding where it was, because I think it was on my electronic copy. But on the, it was where you do the people looking at losing their homes for bankruptcy or for like of paying their mortgage. And there was a statement that one family was able to get an SBA loan to save their home. Not ringing. Okay, let me look that up because it sounded odd to me, and I just wanted you to walk me through that. So
Okay.
I'll look it up and I'll just shoot you an email.
Okay, that would
on
be great.
Okay. Anything else for Anna? Okay.
All
if
right,
not,
thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, so that moves us on to the consent items. The first one are the tarot certifications, and there was a single sheet of paper put at your place with a business on it that was inadvertently, it's a recertification, it was inadvertently left off the list. Okay, I have a motion and a second to approve with this addition. All those in favor? Aye. Any opposition? Okay, those pass.
So that was just inadvertently left off.
Yes, it was, I mean, there was nothing unusual about it. It was just, like, it was they've been certified for 21 years.
Oh, okay.
And it was just an oversight. But I didn't want to hold them up another month.
Okay.
Okay, so now we're going to move on to cemeteries. And I guess, Jody, the list that's in our book is accurate?
Well,
Or are there no
there's not a
minutes?
list in the book, and we discussed in the rules about going ahead and proceeding with those that are qualified and everything. And I think part of the new procedure is going to be for that group to process those and report those as part of their normal reporting package rather than being a normal consent item. And so if that's what you guys want to go ahead and, you discussed about approving those that are qualified and turned in all their paperwork from last year and stuff to proceed with funding those.
Okay, a motion and a second to approve all of the pending applications that qualify. All those in favor? Yes, Counselor Lay.
Okay, I think you just said what I wanted to hear. We're going to approve those that have been on hold.
That qualify, as long as they have everything in and they qualify, we're not gonna hold them up until we satisfy this. Okay, so can we vote?
Yes.
All those in favor? Aye. Any opposition? Okay, brings us to community assistance.
There's a new list handed out and also some additions I need to note that since that list. We have $500 for Cherokee Adult Choir that's going to be split with District 1, 2, and 3. $1,000 for Salina School Band for Counselor Buzzard, and $500 Trail of Hope for Counselor Anglin.
To add 2,500 to Rocky Mountain School.
Okay.
Jody, where would I, there was a check that was distributed to me some time ago, and they changed some of the board, the board on the, it's like a tri-web fire department, and I brought it back for redistribution. Is that something I need to put in here?
Was it something you did through community assistance, or was it through the
I'm not for sure. It's been.
fire department? We have that separate fund that does the rural fire departments also.
I'll check into that, and I'll wait till next month to
Okay.
add that. Need to be, okay?
If it was, I think if it was older, it may just need to be voided and done out of your
Okay.
budget.
Thank you.
'Cause-
I'm sorry, Jody, I also need 500 to Cave Springs High School.
okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, Counselor Vasquez.
Did we get anything from Gail that came from Navy and South Coffeyville for 150 for a Easter egg hunt and 500? These were, I thought, supposed to be approved before March, and I was pretty sure she got the paperwork. There was a bingo, hot rod, bingo.
There's you have 150 for Native American Fellowship.
Uh-huh. It's not, I didn't see it,
Yeah, it's on this latest list.
but it was, no, that's an old one.
Okay, that's,
That's the one that says 212?
that'd be this month's.
Sorry. Excuse me.
No, that's the right one.
No, I don't see it. That's old.
It's yellow, it's new this month, though.
Is it on there?
Nothing, if it's not in this.
It says Easter egg, huh?
Okay, all right.
Okay.
It's in the last one right now.
She found it.
I'm sorry?
You found it, right?
Well, no,
No,
I didn't.
It's on page 3.
No, I didn't find the one, there's supposed to be two.
Oh, okay. What, you want to add the other one and then,
Yes, but I want to make sure that Gail got the,
well, I mean, she can get the paperwork after,
tomorrow.
if you want to just add them to the list.
Yes, but add it to the list, I think it's 500. And it's Native American Fellowship, but it's a different project.
Okay. So it's that same Native American Fellowship, it's just a different project, okay.
Event.
Yeah. He said it's good.
Okay, yeah, we took it out of your account.
And they, I know
It's
that.
all right, ain't it?
How much was it? 300 for you and 100 for each of these.
2,500 from you and then 150 for us.
This on public, this on
Yeah.
public record here.
Look up there for TV. No public record. We got it, man. You're
You good, Victoria?
Your stuff.
Motion to approve.
Wait, let's go.
I want to add 500 to Salina School Band.
Yeah, we,
I think you just did.
okay, you're doing 500 for them also, okay.
503 cents.
Okay.
Okay, any other additions on the community assistance?
Yeah, motion second.
Okay, I have a motion and second. All those in favor? Aye. Any opposition? Okay, let's move on to law enforcement. You did get a new list today. Everybody look your stuff over and
Law enforcement,
See.
has much changed? Law
quite a
enforcement?
few ones.
There's a new list that was handed out.
Well, our group's shooting blanks.
Thank you, Kurt.
Don't say that, Denise.
I make a motion, we approve.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve the law enforcement funds. All those in favor? Any opposition? Let's go ahead and do sports teams while we're working on these separate pieces of paper. It looks like there are a few new additions. They're in red.
Motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve the sports team funding. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Okay. So you have a list of roads in your books.
There is one new motor fuel tax road this month for $24,998. And also, which you'll notice in the memo, you have your it's actually motor vehicle tax. I should have noted. I say motor fuel tax, but it's the motor vehicle tax money that's being added to your reports now that passed through the budget last night. So you have those new motor vehicle tax monies of $155,505 each.
So does anybody have any let's see, need a motion for it. I have a motion
Yes,
and a
it's in the book.
motion and a second. Are there any discussions on the roads money? In that case, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Okay, there is no old business, so this brings us down to the new business.
Let me take that for.
Frankie, would you take Curtis's resolution here?
This is a resolution authorizing the donation of surplus equipment to Delaware County Rural Water District number 11. I put that in form of a motion.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve resolution number 16026. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Okay, brings us down to our budget modification. Counselor Austin. Caught him off
This is
guard.
an act amending legislative act 17-15 authorizing the comprehensive operating budget for fiscal year 2016, mod 5, and declaring an emergency, and I move for its approval.
Second.
Have a motion and a second for the budget mod. Is there any discussion on that?
Good.
If not, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Does anybody have any announcements?
Motion to adjourn. Second.
Have a motion and a second to adjourn. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition?
Rex,
Next meeting,
keep walking stick away
some other
until
time.
we keep giving away his money.
In March.
Like this time, because we went through a good week.